What it is, guys, it's your old boy Pilk, and we're going to talk today about a video that I've been trying to get out for quite a bit of time. That is the heroic trial that's actually ending tonight. If you haven't jumped on this, you need to. It's pretty simple, I'll be honest with you. You can probably auto-run it like I'm doing right here. This is actually the very hard. You could run this bad boy, and like I did right here, auto-battle and clear it fairly easily with a team even remotely similar to mine. I even hit it with lesser teams. Now, first thing I will tell you that, yes, these two have anklets on them, and she is here just to give us extra super attacks. So, and you'll see my seers over there on Haruhime. Probably not the best choice, but definitely been working. Let's go ahead and jump in, and then we'll jump on the EX, and I'll show you how I S-cleared EX as well. This is pretty straightforward. You'll notice that they kind of fall apart at the seams once you really start getting into it. Now, the reason that I'm doing the anklets, the swap out anklets on, on Philvis and, who's the other one? Good grief. Leafia. Thank you, brain. Don't you love it when your brain works? The reason that I'm using the swap out anklets on those two is simply because one comes in, does a big debuff, the other one comes in, does a big buff, and Haruhime can replicate those so that they don't get taken away. This Haruhime up here will debuff the crap out of herself and you. That Chigusa will take away all buffs on herself. So the EX is extremely hard if you're ill-prepared. That said, I've been crazy prepared. Now, I have been just wrecking, as you can kind of tell here. Okay, not wrecking, but if some of these units were MLB'd, they would be, or weapons upgraded, but shame on me for that one. But they've been S-clearing the very hard, just no sweat, just super simple. So make good use of your units, your unit synergy, and you know, the items that you can use to, like I said, transplant some units as necessary. So I'll show you an EX run, okay? Now, yes, I have cleared EX with this exact team. Not MLB'd, not MLB'd, not even MLB'd. And you notice my my Casino Seer isn't MLB'd. I'm so glad to have her, by the way. So what I'm going to do here, first of all, remove auto battle, because that would be a tragedy. First turn, I'm going to do a big debuff, and I'm going to replicate that debuff. Do a big buff on him, and one more really big debuff on him. Now, it's super important you replicate this debuff on this turn, because Haruhime will take that away immediately. It'll be gone. Okay? So you see she has buffed herself. She's got a number of debuffs on her and Chigusa. Now, I'm going to go ahead and target Chigusa. I should have been targeting Chigusa first turn. I'm going to target Chigusa for this next turn because these turns are the ones where it's specifically targeted. Okay? Now, you'll notice that Felvis ran away, and I've got Leafia up here doing a big buff to ourselves. And once again, I'm going to be using my Haruhime to buff the crap out of it. Because this Haruhime, she'll remove 2 turns off each one of those buffs and debuffs as soon as she hits her thing. Chigusa, I believe it's turn 3 or 4, I can't remember specifically, will actually take away everything on her. She'll just clean slate all of it. So let's go ahead and let's primarily attack Chigusa for the first few turns. The goal is to wear Chigusa down. All right, perfect. So you notice I'm still spamming that effect. That's going to change next turn. I'm spamming that effect this turn so that we can basically get her her SA next turn and build everything up. Actually, no, I take it back. We're not doing her SA. Normally, I would do her SA, but I had to remember my tactic. I'm not doing her SA. I'm building a double SA. Follow me here, okay? So I'm going to keep spamming that, and we're basically going to spam that through this turn, and this will give us the extra, sorry about that, extra SA charge on Tione up here. Okay? So, you notice I have my first SA, but I'm not going to use that. Okay? I am going to give her extra light damage, and I'm going to give us a little bit of penetration rate. Now, Chigusa has taken away all of her buffs. It's time to work on Haruhime a little bit. Okay? Okay, we're going to wear down Haruhime, and I'm basically going to go back and forth, because when we get double SAs, I need to have them pretty well worn down. Okay? So I'm going to keep doing this big buff debuff thing. Boom, boom, boom. We're basically going to go back and forth on Haruhime between restoring everything and restoring all those buffs, debuffs. Okay. Strength of magic up 20%. So we're not worried about that. This turn, her magic resistance could go down. I'm going to do this one more time. And then we're going to just basically get into a cycle of rebuilding and then going back and forth. All right. Let's do this. Actually, you know what? Because we're building it so fast, I am going to go ahead and do her special arts. I probably should have done it earlier. It's such a tough call because you want to make sure you do it. You finish this on a double SA. But I think we could still do that. So let's go ahead and do her special arts. This could cost me some of my buffs, but that's okay. We can go in and debuff it one more time. There we go. Because the important part about this is that she's going to give everybody 100% magic, 100% strength. Okay? So long as that isn't taken away, we're good. Alright. So let's see. On this turn, we're going to go ahead and double it up. Yep, it's all still there, and it's for 3 turns. She didn't actually debuff it, so that's good news. We're just going to keep going on this. You'll see, it just basically becomes a pattern at this point. Alright, Chigusa is worn down. It's time to wear down Haruhime. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and do that. Oh, that's bad news. Okay. She died. So we're not actually going to be able to S-clear this. I've got to keep her alive to S-clear this. So the biggest problem is I did my stack wrong. I should have done the SA on turn 4, but that's okay. It's normally right now on turn 9 we want that double SA and kill them both. So I did my stack a little bit wrong. So we'll go back and rerun this here in a minute. Okay. The key is to basically wear them down both to half health. Ooh. Okay, that's not good. But this turn... Alright. So... Let's see how this do. Boom! Okay, that's good news. So, like I said, normally you'd want this on turn 9. It's my fault. I didn't do Haruhime's earlier when I said I thought I would. I didn't. I forgot that that is an actual integral part of this because you need that 100% when it comes to this. So she's done on turn 11. That still ain't bad, but you want to do Haruhime's earlier on turn 4, A, to keep everyone alive, and then just cycle through her buff and debuff, keeping those debuffs that Haruhime does from affecting you and still wearing down Chigusa. So let's try that one more time. Because that's only like, you know, a C clear at best. We can S clear this bad boy. And you can see I already have. But let's try this one more time using the power of mental thinking. Boom. Boom. Lego. Alright. So starting off hitting Chigusa, we're going to do these big buffs, debuffs, replicating him, and bada bing, bada boom, just like we did before. Now, the thing is, when we get to turn 4 this time, we are going to hit Haruhime and Chigusa, or I'm sorry, we're going to hit all our allies with that big Haruhime, yeah, that big Haruhime buff. Okay? We are getting hit hard at the moment, but that's okay. Okay, we're going to spam that. Now, I'm going to go ahead here. That's for 4 turns. I'm going to do this. Now, let's just double check, make sure, yeah, everything's within range there. I don't think we're not worried about reducing any kind of debuff at the moment. So let's go ahead and okay. Actually, you can see here Chigusa removed all of her debuffs on herself. So we're going to do this one more turn. That's the only thing that stinks with Chigusa. She absolutely will just make you hate life sometimes. All right, we're going to transfer over to Haruhime. We're going to wear her down to half health, go back to Chigusa, and then we're going to do our double SA. I am going to do my special arts with with Haruhime. Lego. Now, if I recollect correctly, this will actually hurt because at the end of this one, we are simply going to have basically one turn on anything in play, if even that. So, it's a thing. Alright. There we go. She gave herself a big buff, and I think that includes the debuff. It does. So everything's down pretty much to one turn. So now we actually need to go back, and we need to basically rebuild that stack. That's when we start doing this with Haruhime. We're still just basically spamming this stuff. Now we're going to have a lot more attack power. So let's go. In fact, you're probably noticing I did kind of waste a turn on her. I probably should have done the other one on her, but just, you know, wasn't thinking right. Okay, but we're good. We're spamming this. So I basically screwed up a turn on her. I could have gotten a little more damage out of her, but that's all right. So turn 6, we have Haruhime down to pretty close to half health. I'm going to do this. Swap over there, because Haruhime falls apart at this point. Once Haruhime's here, she's done with this, with the double SA. So all we're doing right now is building up our SA gauge. Okay? Basically what we want to do is we want to make sure that our stacks are debuff proof. And right now, we're kind of at a stalemate with the other Haruhime. So we're going to continue basically spamming her ability. Once we have them debuff proof, basically everything isn't on one turn, it's on like 5, then we can go back and rebuild her her MP. Because remember, this move rebuilds her MP. But for now, we are still, we're at 2 turns. That could get debuffed right away. That's 5 turns. That's actually pretty good. And she's good there. The icons will not tell you that. Will not tell you how many turns are left. Well, I mean, maybe they do. I don't think they do, though. So you got to be really, really cautious about what you're doing here. All right? So like I said, turn 9 now. The goal is to have everything set up. All right? We're going to go back here. We're going to spam that one more time. And then we're going to go into that rotation here in just a moment. Okay? Turn 8. I'm going to do that. Perfect. Now here comes turn 9. Boom. Doesn't really matter who I target because everybody is pretty much deceased. There we go. Double special arts. Turn 9. Here we go. This is your S clear right here. And don't worry, the amulets do not, the retreat anklets, they do not, I keep calling them amulets, do not affect your, the retreats themselves don't actually affect the, your win-lose ratio. Pretty much, it doesn't count as a loss. So you're not really so much worried about it. The only thing I'm worried about is Argonaut is really low on health. So if they target him, if one of them survives, nope, they're done. Okay, there we go. Now we're good. I don't even think we got to the combo on that one, did we? So yeah, that's how you escalate. This is really simple. You basically just have to use the OG Haruhime to offset all those other buffs and debuffs. Now, this does kind of require that you have Haruhime MLB'd. That is kind of the caveat to this. Yes. But if you don't, she's well worth the prison bonds. I assure you that. I very, very much assure you that. So that's going to be my video. I'm just going to go ahead and spam this bad boy out. And we're going to basically go ahead and get our bond. Now, you get a bond of one of the other two. I still have not pulled a Haruhime, but I will be doing the paid banner before it goes away. So just, I'm going to be getting her. 100% I'll be getting her. In fact, as we were doing the summons all week long, the last few, you saw the 2 summons that I did. Everything else from that I saved. So probably going to use that paid iris to buy my Haruhime. So then I've got my bond of her. So that's the video, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow my Birdman. Hit me up on Booker. I'll be back at you guys with more Danmachi soon.